Hello students, in this video we'll see the solution to the fifth problem on the quiz. In this problem we're given a random variable x that has moment generating function mx of t is the exponential of 3 e to the t minus 3, and a random variable y that has moment generating function my of t is e to the t plus 1 over 2 raised to the fifth power. We're asked to find the probability that x plus y is equal to 1. Now for this we can note that if mx of t is the exponential, what we'll do is we'll factor out that 3 and write it as the exponential of 3 times e to the t minus 1. And then we can recall that if we have a Poisson, so this will imply that x is Poisson with parameter lambda equals 3. The second random variable we're given, y, is e to the t plus 1 over 2 to the fifth power. This, if we had the inside of this, if we just had 1 plus e to the t over 2, this would correspond to a random variable z, which took the values 0 with probability 1/2 and 1 with probability 1/2. And so this is Bernoulli. This is a pure Bernoulli random variable. And so if I have 5 copies of that, this will be binomial with parameters n equals 5 and p equals 1/2. So now we know what the probability that x equals 0. So the probability that x is equal to 0 for a Poisson is equal to, so the probability that x is 0 for Poisson is e to the negative lambda times lambda to the 0 over 0 factorial, which is just e to the negative lambda. The probability that x is equal to 1 is e to the negative lambda to the 1 over 1 factorial. So we either have e to the negative lambda or e to the negative lambda times lambda for the probability that x is 1 or x is 0. For the binomial, the probability that y is equal to 0 is 5 choose 0, 1/2 to the fifth power, and then 1/2 to the 5 minus 5. And then the probability that y is equal to 1, so the probability that y is equal to 1 will be, we can compute this as well, is 5 choose 1, and then 1/2 to the fourth, 1/2 to the 1 power. And so what we see over here is this first number is just 1 over 32. The second number over here is 5 over 32. And so now the probability that x plus y is equal to 1 is equal to the probability that x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1, plus the probability that x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. And they are independent events. So we can now add these up. So the probability that x is equal to 0 times the probability that y is equal to 1, well, that's going to be 5 over 32 times e to the negative lambda. So we're going to have a 5 over 32 e to the negative lambda, and lambda in this case is 3. And then to this we have to add the probability that x is equal to 1. That's going to be a 3 e to the negative 3, 3 e to the negative 3, times the probability that x is equal to 1, which is 5 over 32. So 5 over 32. So I have 15 over 32 plus 5 over 32. That's going to be 20 over 32 e to the negative 3. And now from this we can cancel out e to the negative 3, and we can cancel out a 4 over here, so that's going to be a 5 over 8. So we have 5 over 8 times e to the negative 3 is the probability that x plus y is equal to 1. Thank you very much.